Well, I'm here today with Josh Faur, the manager of Orkin Irvine, as well as VJ Pye and Sarah Chapman from Suterra. We're here to discuss innovations in the treatment of Argentine ant, and specifically the pheromone-based adjuvant called BioAmp AA. So to kick us off, VJ, can you give us just a brief description of the product?
Sure. Yeah. So thanks, Stephanie. The BioAmp AA is the world's first microencapsulated trail pheromone adjuvant for use on Argentine ants. Suterra is the world leader in pheromone-based pest control products, and our team at headquartered in Bend, Oregon, has developed a unique product that uses a synthetic copy of the Argentine ant trail pheromone to lure more ants into a treatment area, boosting the efficacy of the non-repellent insecticide that it's used with. Essentially, PMPs add this adjuvant to their non-repellent insecticide tank mix, make their normal exterior perimeter ant treatments for Argentine ants, and the enhanced efficacy results kind of speak for themselves.
That's great. And speaking of how pest management professionals use this with non-repellent insecticides, Sarah, can you tell us, is it relatively easy to add to a program? How does it get incorporated?
Yeah, convenience is key. And like PJ was mentioning, a dose of BioAmp AA is just the cap, the top cap. So all that PMPs need to do is um, pour BioAmp AA into the cap, and that's a single dose, and pour it into their tank. Make sure it maintains agitation while they spray into their treatment zone, and that's about it. So we wanted to aim for that convenience factor for PMPs because they're worried about so many other things when they're out there.
It's great.
Yeah.
Well, Josh, let's get into the Argentine ant problem. Can you tell us a little bit about the prevalence of this pest in your territory and what it means to your business?
Yeah, I can definitely say that the Argentine ant is probably our number one culprit, at least in South Orange County and most of Orange County. Um, I'd probably say it makes up a huge amount of daily callbacks and regular services for our customers. So, in getting the BioAm treatment and having a product such as this that is prevalent to our main concern that we have with our customer base, it was a huge advantageous for especially the techs when they're going out to do the services. Like Sarah said, cap wise, really easy. The explanation and when they came out and took the time to train our staff to do it was phenomenal.
That's great. So, what was initially interesting to you about the adjuvant? What made you decide to try it?
Well, for me, number one is I do like the shiny new object. So I like to be the test to see how things really work out. I'm kind of like that guy that when you get something new, you kind of want to grab onto it. But, when you get something that's never really been in the market before, and you get to test it out and see how it does, um, and you saw the success that went with us, that's always the reward because really what you're doing is you're taking care of your team at the same time. And the prevalence of reduced amount of callbacks plus an increased customer satisfaction level, that's really where it came from. Because when you get something that is your main culprit and you're able to add something that doesn't take a lot of time for the technicians, like what Sarah said, you're dropping it in so easy. That was a huge thing. If this was a 3 or 4 step process and it added time to the technician's workload, you probably get a little bit more pushback from operators.
Interesting. One of the things we hear when we talk with other branch managers is that since they're restricted on the fipronil label, they want to get the biggest bang for their buck from that insecticide. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, yeah, and I think that was really the main reason why we went after it. With the reduction of fipronil in the amounts that we're putting in, we needed something that would back that up, right? Two things happened to us: the reduction of being able to use it during certain times of the year, plus also the amounts of product per gallon that we were able to use. So by adding this adjunct product that actually brings pest to your product, primarily Argentine ants, which is again our number one culprit, that was a huge win for us because when you're investing X amount of dollars into, say, a fipronil product that's at the high end, and you're able to add something to it, it just makes that investment worth more money to you.
So it's midsummer. You must be dealing with a lot of ants right now. What have the past few months been like for your branch, specifically using BioAmp?
So for us, we roll BioAmp with a July start. So we're a little more pushed back than some of the other branches because our pest starts usually July and we go through October because of the way the weather works for us. I can't speak to last year because we also used it last year. What we did see, we did the same program July through the October program. What you see is a massive reduction in callbacks when you're willing to invest in the product, right? The callback program is for customer service where we're able, to acknowledge that we maybe missed the mark or maybe we missed where the placement of the Argentine ants would be. What this product allows us to do is to continue to provide a great service, miss a few things here and there, and be humble enough to say, hey, we missed things here and there, but we have a product that can help us pull those Argentine ants out of where they are. And that helps the technicians do a better job. And with our reduction of callbacks, which is a non-chargeable service, you're able to see a reduction in time on property without not paying the technicians their regular production dollars.
Um, we know that Argentine ants are a problem throughout California and the southern US, and there are some branch managers that are wondering, is this product worth a try? How and when would I use it? What advice do you have for those branch managers based on your results?
Well, one thing I will definitely tell you is that you really do need to do the math, right? You got to figure out how many callbacks and additional services that we as a branch or as maybe a region has done and look at the validation of reduction on there because that's the time on property when you're talking about external workloads, right? Summertime, we all know we get new customers on board, plus press pressures go up. What I would tell them is if you want to reduce pressures on your staffing levels, you have to invest in the products that will do that for you without increasing the workload. And that's exactly what BioAmp has done for us.
Well, I want to thank you so much for your conversation today. I appreciate your time here.